What's up? My name's Zach, and
my name's Micah.
We both play Magic. We play way too much of it in our free time, and we spend way too much money on it. Me. But we decided to make a YouTube account to help new players learn how to play the game, build decks.
Just learn how to rock face, bro.
Pretty much. We're going to show you how to make standard decks, which we're pretty much learning how to make right now because this kid pretty much only played Street Magic back in the day. Street Magic is just kind of a ridiculous reference to something.
The proper term is Legacy.
Legacy, which is just old ass cards, big ass combos. If you're new, you'll learn that later. If you're an old person playing the game like Noel, you probably understand that. Right now, we're going to show you my Kithkin deck and his
Whatever deck.
ally deck.
Ally deck?
It's already
Those
out,
are
right?
the two standards
Yeah,
that
those
we
are
have.
two standards right now. So let's get rocking and rolling. Alright, so first things first is my Kithkin deck, which if you're not familiar with Magic the Gathering are pretty much halflings, and due to the rules of Magic the Gathering, you can only have 4 of the same card in your deck at a time, and if you're still even more further like not familiar with Magic the Gathering, you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want in Magic the Gathering. You put whatever cards in your deck. You just want to make it work and do some crazy combos and kill some bitches. First thing I gotta say about this, I won against Micah against 3 different decks like 6 times in a row with this deck. It's gotten really good. You gotta excuse the glare on a couple of the cards. I put my sleeves on it and I forgot to take them off for this video and I really didn't feel like it. Alright, so we'll go with my singles right now. Right here we have Bridget. She is a legendary creature. You can only have one of those in your deck at a time. And basically you tap her, does 2 direct damage to attacking or blocking creature. It's pretty badass, except he kills it every fucking time. I put it on the field immediately. This one has lifelink with first strike and lifelink. So if it's attacking something, it gets the first attack. And lifelink, it gives you that much damage to you. This little guy right here, as soon as he comes on the field, target creature gets a +1/+1 on it. And this guy right here is a 1/1 and cannot be blocked by anything with a power greater 4. I got my 1 giant in here because I'll get to it later. He helps one of my other cards, and it's a 3/3, but she's expensive as hell, and I just have it in there. This is my favorite card. First time I played this deck, this pretty much saved my life. It's a flying with first strike. Flying creatures cannot be blocked by things on the ground or without flying, and it's pretty badass, and it has first strike. This guy right here, he's a shielder. Tap him +1 white mana. I have like 24 white mana in this deck, which is a lot. I like having a lot of mana. Tap in with 1 mana and target creature gets a +2/+2. And this chick is a first strike, and she has a +1/+1 if there's another white card, and this is all white cards. My Avian Changeling, I have 3 of those in my deck. 2/2s with flying and they're changelings. I'll get to that later. I have 3 of these gold Mara Harrier or whatever it is. You tap her and tap 1 white mana, and I get to tap target creature. We'll make a later video on how to play and how it will work. Wizarding Kryn, she is a 1/1 Kithkin creature. I mean a 2/2 Kithkin creature, and all other Kithkins get a +1/+1. So she doesn't get it, but I have 2 of them in here, so they'd buff each other if I got them both on the field. But I've never done that so far. I got my Kithkin Balloonist. he whenever he attacks, I get to choose another card that gains flying until the end of the turn, which is very beneficial, especially against his ground heavy decks. This one's hard to explain. This is a Cloud Goat Ranger with a huge ass glare on it. There we go. Cloud Goat Ranger. When it comes out to play, I got 3 1/1 Kithkins and soldiers into play, and I get to tap 3 Kithkins, and it gains flying, and it gets a +2 on its attack strength. Changeling hero, you have to champion it, which you just choose a card that sucks and put it into the side, and he's a 4/4. Once again, I'll get to the changeling part of it pretty soon. And my last creature in this deck is the Kithkin Greatheart. He is a 2/1, and he gets a 1/1 if there is a giant on field, which comes back to this card right here. Or if you have a changeling on field, it changes that up a little bit because it's all creature types, which is badass. Oh, I'm drooling on myself. Alright, now we're getting to my spells, and these are my single spells. Pollen Lullaby, clash with an opponent. I tap all creature damage goes away that time. And then if I clash and I win, I get to tap all those creatures and they don't untap. Battle Mastery, they get double strike. Pretty self-explanatory. Instead of attacking once, it gets to attack twice. Shields of Veil changes everything into changelings for 1 turn, and they get a +0/+1 on their defense strength. Crib Swap, it's like Lignify except with babies. That's a funny joke, but you probably don't get it. Basically, it turns target card into a changeling, and it's a 1/1 shapeshifter. It has all creature types. Basically, that if they put out a big ass angel, I just turn it into a baby, and it's only a 1/1, and it's funny. And then I found out I had 5 of these in my deck as I was trying to sort this out, and I was wondering why I was drawing it so much. But I have 4 Oblivion Rings, and basically it's remove target creature from the game. And it's an enchantment. If you get rid of the enchantment, the creature comes back. Alright, last but not least, we got our good old artifacts. If I could get them into frame, because I'm retarded. Alright. You giggling over there. Alright, we got Eternity Vessel, and basically it has a landfall on it whenever I put a land in, however much my health is. So like say I put it out and I have 20 health, basically it'll be magical, and every time I put a land out, if I am less than 20, it'll gain that much. It'll go back to 20. Coat of Arms. Hooray for Coat of Arms, with another big ass glare on it. Alright, each creature gets a 1/1 for each other creature type that it has on the battlefield. So basically, with my changelings, what I'm trying to do is when I get this on the field, I get a 1/1 for each other creature on the field, which is spectacular because I get to own, and it just makes me a happy bear. Ruined Stalactite turns one of my whatever I equip it to into a changeling, and it gets a +1/+1 counter on it. So it's nice to have. And once again, I got Zendikar Plains, 24 of them, just to make this deck work. So that is the changeling deck. I just realized that there's gonna have to be a 2-part video. So peace. Here comes Brother Bears.